Hey, what's going on, folks? We're going to go ahead and cover some tractor myths today. Obviously, the first one is going to be Kubota is better than John Deere. Or is John Deere better than Kubota? Well, I forget. Either way, we're not covering that one today. Let's dive in and see what the other ones are all about. Welcome to Good Works Tractors. From snow to mow, Good Works Tractors is the place to go. Shop goodworkstractors.com, subscribe to our channel below, like our Facebook page, and stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Myth number 1. R4 tires tear up lawns. Well, if that was the case, I don't think they'd be able to sell so many subcompact and compact tractors with R4 tires. Sure, they're not going to be a turf tire like what you see on this tractor here, which clearly are designed for turf, hence the name turf tire. However, here's Johnny, R4 tires, and you can know all the projects that Tractor Time with Tim has done on residential lawns without causing any damage. Another 1025 with R4 tires. Here's a 2305 with turfs. But check out all these tractors that have mower decks on them, designed to mow with the R4 tires on there. Even my own tractor, a 3046R, another frame size up, has R4 tires, and you've seen my video. I'll post a link of it. Spreading 25 yards of mulch all around my yard, which I like to think is a pretty nice lawn. I'd never want to drive something on there that would tear it up. So that's a myth, folks. Sure, you could tear up a wet, soggy, swampy lawn with R4 tires, but you would also do that with turf tires. Now, don't confuse R4 tires with ag tires. You have to watch that video where I compare the different tractor tread tire patterns. These are different than ag tires, okay, or bar tires that have a real thin, high, aggressive wall and aggressive cut that will just destroy your lawn. So these tires are plenty safe for your lawn. Debunked. Myth number 2. Always buy the biggest tractor you can afford. Well, maybe there's a little bit of truth to that. Yeah, you want to make sure you have enough loader capacity and 3-point capacity to do the jobs that you want to do and add some room for future growth. But a big old monster like this 4610 right here, this 4 Series tractor, is just simply not practical for a lot of people. It's very big, hard to maneuver in tight quarters on a tighter lawn in the woods, okay? You can't put a belly mower on it. You also have to think about attachments that go with a tractor this size compared to like a 1025R or a BX 2680. Attachments on this size tractor are going to be 6 foot, 7 foot in width. The cost is substantially higher. Sometimes, depending on the attachment, close to double the price for an attachment on a tractor this size versus what you're going to have on a smaller tractor. Important to keep that kind of thing in mind. Larger tractors are also heavier. You need to take that into consideration. Maintenance costs may be more expensive. Transportation, you need a larger trailer as well. So lots of things to factor in when you're considering the appropriate size tractor, not just the largest tractor that you can afford. So smaller tractors, like the 1 Series here, or the Kubota outside, can handle a lot of jobs. They can maneuver in tight quarters a lot better. Yes, they are severely limited on the front end loaders. Backhoes, for instance, are, they are going to do a job. They're going to take a little bit longer. But they offer a lot of maneuverability, a lot of flexibility for different applications, cheaper attachments. You can do large projects. It just takes a little bit longer as well. So I would say don't always buy the biggest tractor you can afford. It's really just about buying the right tractor for your application or a variety of applications. And that's something I can help you with. Debunked. Well, now this next myth, it kind of irritates me, to be honest. It's that skid steer quick attach attachments are cheaper than John Deere quick attach attachments, with their own proprietary system that forces you to buy the John Deere attachments. Well, that's simply not true, folks. I sell attachments by HLA, by WorkSaver, by Tar River, by many others that have absolutely no cost difference, whether it's a skid steer quick attach or a John Deere quick attach. It's the same price. And so, yeah, if you want to go to John Deere and buy the John Deere or the Frontier branded attachment to fit your loader, you're going to pay more. Well, that's the same thing if you're going to go to Kubota and buy a Kubota branded or a Land Pride or what have you there, you're going to pay more. But if you go to the aftermarket world, you're going to find there's a plethora of options out there that's going to save you money, it's going to cost you the same. One of the great things about the John Deere quick attach and their front end loaders is that they include that quick attach. It's going to be a standard feature on almost all of their loaders, except for like the D120 on the very basic 1023E. Whereas this configuration here, this skid steer configuration, I had this loader put on, and it was an extra, I don't know, 450 or 500 bucks to have this be a skid steer quick attach versus a pinned on bucket. So that cost an extra almost 500 bucks just right there to have that option available. So you got to think about that. That's often overlooked. So that myth is also debunked. On to the next tractor myth. You don't need to clean your tractor. They're made to be dirty. Well, I agree with that. If I am out in the woods for a day doing projects or doing some brush hogging or tilling for customers, man, my tractor is filthy. And there's just no way I have time to detail it on a regular basis. However, they're expensive tools, they're expensive pieces of equipment, and sometimes they cost as much as a car or more than a car. And I think that should be treated with care. And yeah, they can deal with the dirt and the grime, and that's okay. I think that's built into the design of the machines. However, if you clean it once in a while, you're going to have a better understanding of the body of it, what's going on underneath the hood, the axle areas, if there's been any damage that may be covered in grime, any leaks that may be occurring. You're just going to get to know your tractor a little bit better that way. So I encourage you to clean your tractor. Clean tractors are happy tractors. But I'm not going to debunk that myth, because my tractor is not shiny all the time, and I think it's doing just fine. The next myth, and it's one that's based on the world I live in, selling used tractors, nice low-hour equipment. Well, what's your financing? Can you offer me 0% on that used tractor? Well, no, I can't. But in reality, even the new stuff that's offered with 0% financing, it's not free. They're just moving the cost around to a different category. You are paying interest for that tractor, whether you believe you are or not. It's just like if I say you're going to get a free set of pallet forks or a free snow pusher or a free delivery or whatever it might be with one of these tractors. Well, that's just built into the price. It's just how we're shifting or manipulating the numbers to get them into a different category. We all have to cover our costs, our overhead, and hopefully make a little profit at the end of the day. So you just got to factor that in, and there's nothing wrong either way. If there weren't new tractors being sold all the time, I would severely lack for inventory. So somebody has to be doing that. But it's just good to keep an open mind and have that understanding there that there is a different way to skin a cat. And 0 doesn't mean free. That myth is debunked. Another myth we hear about a lot is the dreaded DEF, DPF, REGEN, Tier 4, emissions, and the connotation that has with construction equipment and trucks and all the problems that are associated with those systems. However, the REGEN systems, such as what's found on this John Deere 3032E, I won't say they're bulletproof, but I'll say there is no significant history of any kind of problems with them. You're going to go through a simple REGEN mode every 50 to 100 hours based on your usage, where you have to run the tractor at a minimum of 1500 RPMs to build up the heat to burn off the exhaust. There's no drastic failures known with these systems. Now, that being said, there is one model in particular to look out for, which is the Kubota B3350. That's the only one I'm aware of that has some significant issues related to their Tier 4 system. If you know of any others, please share those below in the comments so we can make sure others are aware of what tractors to potentially avoid. So this myth, the fear of Tier 4, the fear of emissions, DEF, DPF, REGEN, for the most part, is debunked. The one thing I will say that is a downside of these systems is simply that it is more material there, more labor to install it, so it's more cost, drives the cost of the equipment up, and who knows, maybe 3, 4, 5,000 hours down the road, you need to replace one of these units, which is another maintenance item, another cost. But overall, very minimal in the grand scheme of things for most users who are only going to put 50 to 100 hours a year on a tractor. So, I don't think I riled anybody up too much there. Just some typical tractor myths. I hear it a lot. Oh, one other one. I need a 25 or I need a 30 horsepower or I need a 40 horsepower tractor. Well, we're going to do a video specific just to that. And I'm going to show you why you can't tell me you need a 30 horsepower tractor and I'm going to know exactly what you need. We got to get into much more detail. Horsepower is just part of the equation, and I got to ask you a bunch of other questions depending on your application, your purpose, to give you a much better, more redefined answer of what it is that you need in your tractor. Thanks for watching Good Works Tractors. Subscribe to our channel below, like our Facebook page, check out goodworkstractors.com, and have a great day.